Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. In what is a first for the bus transport sector in India, Redbus, an online bus ticketing platform, has launched a data-based report on the Indian intercity bus industry. The inaugural report covers key parameters reflecting the overall health and trends of the Indian bus industry in November and December last year. My colleague Aishwarya Anand caught up with CEO Prakash Sangam to discuss the key highlights. Take a look.
Prakash, you've just launched a report which gives us insight into India's bus transport market. So, could you just tell our viewers some of the key interesting trends from the report?
So, if you look at November and December, 3.6 crore people travelled on intercity buses.
Correct.
Right? So, it tells you that it's playing an important role in plugging a need gap. As in people, there's a good complement for, let's say, railways, where there is typically no availability, right? And of flights which are typically far more expensive, because the average seat price here for bus market is about 1,008 rupees. The other couple of interesting data points that are coming out is in terms of the share of, where is the market really concentrated in. So the bus market, because of the way the policies have evolved over time, the kind of road infrastructure that existed, is primarily located in the west and the south. So 80% of the current bus market is in these two states. Yeah. Average occupancy for this entire sector at an all India level stands at 77%. So that points to for more bus inventory to come into this market. And we will see that happening now in this year.
The intercity bus transport market in India is somewhere pegged to be between $15 to $20 billion, right? So, and as one of the key players in the industry, I just wanted to understand that how has Redbus's growth been in 2023 and up till 2024, and in terms of demand patterns, what is the change that you've noticed in the past 1 year, and what is your outlook going forward?
Our revenue growth is in the mid-20s, right? And that has been a consistent growth rate that we have been hitting. We are seeing that south of the country, right? That is where the bulk of our business contribution currently comes from. We are still not gone back to our pre-COVID numbers in markets like TN, which is the largest market.
Correct.
In AP, Telangana and Karnataka, we are still in just single-digit growth compared to pre-COVID. So because of remote working, people have kind of shifted to their hometowns and therefore the need for travel is not there. Beyond that, a lot of our energy and attention and focus is going towards driving growth in markets where the penetrations of online bookings are low. And that is Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. In the northern markets like UP, Rajasthan, Gujarat. So these are states where we will see more growth going forward. Another data point from the Redbus data is the share of our bookings which are coming from sources being non-metro. That is now 67%. When I say metro, I'm talking about the 4 state capitals, the 4 corners, and Bangalore and Hyderabad. That is 1 in 3. 2 in 3 is coming from the other towns and cities, right? That points to digitization.
There has been a massive push for EV public infra, right? So is Redbus planning to incorporate or launch its own electric vehicle fleet?
The short answer to that is no. But where we see a role for ourselves is in terms of build out of the ecosystem to facilitate EV adoption. We are happy to work with various players, be it OEMs, bus operators, financial institutions, to enable the creation of an EV ecosystem, right?
Okay.
And we think we are well placed to do it because of both the data that we can bring to the table, as well as our relationships with bus operators, and our ability to create demand.
Okay, all right. You joined ONDC just a month ago, so help us understand what services are you offering there, and since it's been a month, so how has the integration been till now?
Our objective of going into ONDC was to see whether we could help our intercity bus passengers with first mile and last mile connectivity. Correct. With ONDC, we get access to metros and autos, right? And going forward, even cabs, perhaps bike taxis. So we want to see whether we can enable that. Many of our customers, because they don't travel with buses that frequently, right? But most of the intracity, use cases that I spoke about, which is metro or autos, etc., can be far more frequent use cases. Right? Yeah. So we also feel that may help us get more stickiness to our app, will help improve retention.
Okay. Prakash, one final question. Tell me, barring the bus segment, which other verticals on your platform are growing tremendously well?
Also do rail ticket booking and rail info services. And that is something that we entered only a couple of years back because we saw a lot of overlap between bus and rail customers. And there we have launched an interesting product called a trip guarantee here in Southeast Asia and Latin America. We have recently announced, and we are actually in the process of launching in 2 new markets in Southeast Asia, that is in Vietnam and in Cambodia. That adds on to Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, where we are already present.
And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Startup Street. More news and updates coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.